Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Luna Sims here. I am so excited to be back to be doing another speed build. Before we get too into it and I explain why I'm doing this build and what we'll be using it for, please hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell so you don't miss any of the next videos. I have a lot of new things coming to the channel. And also give this video a thumbs up. This is the channel's second modern home build. I personally feel like it's a lot better than the last one. I post things that I like, but it doesn't mean I'm in love with them, but I do like it. But this one I do absolutely love. Modern builds are very hard for me. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they're just more cleaner and like the shapes are just simple. They're usually really straight. I don't know what it is, but this video was technically over 8-hour video when I originally built it. There was a lot of build, delete, then stop and look at the screen like, do I really want to do this? But we ended up getting through it, and I absolutely love this build. I was inspired by a house that I had seen on Google, and I actually, I'm gonna put that picture up really quick. This was a house that I was just inspired by. There are a couple things on it that I probably could do, but the video was already going really weird and south, so I just manipulated the best I could. And then I pretty much, after I got a good look at the picture, I actually just ended up deleting it and just went with my gut after I got an initial mold and inspiration from it. So my idea for this build was originally to do like a matriarch kind of path with it, but then I changed my mind to I'm gonna be putting my Sims character in this that is doing the 100 baby challenge. So after I started building the ground floor and when I decided, hey, you know what, this is going to be my upgraded house when my Sims gets a lot of babies and gets a lot of income, and this is going to be her dream home. It's very spacious. It's got just enough yard for little kids to play in, and a pool for the teens to hang out in and also for her to relax in. And I saw how spacious it was. It is technically, I put it as a 3-bedroom home, but the drive-in 2-car garage, that could technically be broken off into either a family room or it can be sectioned off to more bedrooms. It's actually a pretty big space. You could probably get 2 more bedrooms out of that. And then the foyer upstairs, that could be pinned off as a bedroom. So you technically could probably have 6 or 7 bedrooms in this house. The master has its own bathroom and walk-in closet. And when I did the upstairs, I actually ended up doing 2 bedrooms, 1 baby and toddler room, and 1 child and teen room. So you will see multiple beds in there. But that was the vision that I built for my specific use for this house, that it will be used for the 100 baby challenge. But if you are to get this house, please don't like alter it too much. But I mean, if you want to go inside and make extra rooms, that's fine. Like I said, this is my favorite modern build. It says a lot because it's only my second modern build. But looking at the first one that I did compared to this one is absolutely adorable. I like it. This is probably also a build that I didn't clutter as much as I used to. I tried to keep along the lines of a modern minimalist, so I do have a little bit less items inside. I probably spent more time on the outside. I think that's where I kind of go faulty when I'm doing modern homes. Modern homes don't usually have a lot of greenage. It's very simple, it's very chic. But I mean, I also wanted to use this for my sim, and I mean, we're gonna have at least, hopefully, we make 100 babies. If not, I do have 7 right now. But I still needed to fill it up with some child items. So when we get to that, you'll see me ended up putting a swing, a sandbox, monkey bars, and I was like, you know what, it still has to have some type of kid-friendly. But I can also see maybe a minimalist sim live here, single family, maybe even doesn't own kids and just has a lot of pets. It is a spacious yard where you could have, you know, your own fenced in area for your pets. But I usually don't do more than 3 bedroom homes. But like I said, this one could probably technically be a 6 or 7 bedroom home, depending on how you space out the walls and everything. Now, going through here, I did, like, there's a couple of sections that I'm like, oh, I could, you know, give that an extra space in the room. But I kind of built it how, like, when you do build a real home, it's like, oh, you know, this isn't really a room, so we're just going to mark it out. Say, hey, this is just extra space that we technically don't have to do anything with. So that kind of helped me out as well. Panning out the top floor plan was a little tricky. The walls were going which other way and this way and that way. The downstairs room, I was going to have another bathroom, like a half bath downstairs, but I ended up keeping that open and just using that as like a home office, right there off of the living room and off of the foyer when you walk into the house. And as I was doing the terrain here, I'm still not 100% comfortable using the up and down terrain. It's very finicky. What I want it to do, it never does it. And so that's why most of my builds usually stay flat, because like I have this vision of how I want it to go, but then it makes this point and then it does this and then it does that. But I mean, I maneuvered it the best way I could, because I didn't want to raise the foundation, because I wanted it to be lower, but I didn't want there to be a step. So that's why I was manipulating the terrain and then just trying to add a little bit more texture here and there, but not completely cover a lot of the yard. I do feel like I'm getting a lot better on trying to use more of the terrain and give it a little bit more character. That's kind of been the base focus for my builds lately, is trying to make the outside look presentable, that curbside appeal. Because I mean, I feel like the inside of the house I usually get down, because that's one of the easier things for me, even decorating my own actual house. My inside is a lot more decorated than my outside, but I'm working on it. So yeah, just filling up this small little area back here with the simple tree, trying to use more items, not just inside the home, but outside of the home. That's one little tidbit that I can give to you. And actually trying to use more of the terrain by thinking about, okay, in real life, where would people normally walk a lot? And that's where I try to add that little where around certain areas, like, oh, I usually walk here a lot, or if you plant plants, so you're usually gonna see dirt somewhere. So that's the kind of things I keep in mind when I'm trying to do some of the yard placement and greenage. And not everyone has a perfect yard, and if you walk a path a lot, it's gonna start to wear and tear. I personally feel like I didn't use a lot of windows in this build. I don't think I normally do. I mean, I remember when I was like younger and doing builds, and I would like cover this house with windows, because I used to really just like natural lighting always coming in. But I mean, you can manipulate a lot of the lighting with the bb.move objects and making like smaller and hiding them. You don't even know they're there, so you actually don't need a lot of windows. So that's a little trick that I do as well. Swimming pools are another thing I don't use a lot. I know when I was younger, when I would always build dream houses. And so like I grew up with a swimming pool, but I always wanted like an in-ground swimming pool with a diving board and this and that. And so I used to build a lot of things because it was always what I dreamed of. And now as an adult, I'm like, okay, what is typical? And I'm trying to do more with swimming pools, especially to make them a little bit more decorative than just like throwing a square down, putting a diving board and stairs there and be done with it. So that is another thing. Of course, it deals with outside, of trying to make something that is simple a little bit more decorative and eye appealing. But yeah, just the little things that you can notice with yourself. And I'm not even gonna lie, 20 years of playing The Sims, I never realized that you could change the walls of the swimming pool. And so I changed the walls and the floor of the swimming pool. Anytime I would make a swimming pool, I would literally just place it and be done with it. I don't know why I never thought of that. Even when I've made an underground nightclub and I had the pools and the water around it and I made it see-through with windows, why did I not think to put a different color wallpaper on? I don't know. That's just as bad as me finding out that you can adjust the feet and cast. Some things you just don't notice when you don't use it. But yeah, I love finding little things that have been there the entire time that I've never done before. So when I did go through this, everything is, see, there's me changing the walls. I was like, this is magnificent. I don't know why I didn't know how to do that. No idea. But I went through and did play through this, and the swimming pool works. That deck, she does, your sim will get to every one of those chairs, lay on the towel, sunbathe. And I will say this, we have a while for the screenshots, but I'm not gonna go through every single room decorating. I think I just show part of the downstairs, and some of the pictures of the bedrooms are missing. I didn't realize it. I think when I was taking pictures, something kind of glitched, and so half of my pictures are gone, and I've been trying for 30 minutes to get back into the screenshots, and it won't let me, and I don't want to lose this video by shutting down my computer, starting over. So the toddler baby room and majority of the pictures of the teen young adult room is gone. So if you want to see those, you'll have to get the build, or I will try and get pictures after I save this video and then restart my computer, and I'll take them and I'll post them up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and stuff like that, and that will all be linked down below. So you won't see me decorating every single room because, like I said, this build was actually over an 8-hour build. It doesn't seem like it. Like, after I finished it, I'm like, why the heck did this house take me 8 hours? It was more of the trying to decide what I wanted to do and trying to figure out how I wanted to do it. Like this gazebo right here. I wanted to do a fire pit, but I wanted to have some type of character with it. And I know the shot that I showed, it shows probably one clip, but it actually took me like 6 tries to try and figure out what it is that I wanted to do to make this center hole gazebo here drop down, make stairs, and then I still ended up shifting it, but that's the vision I had, was that I wanted it to drop down, and you know, it just adds a little bit more character than just having a fire pit sitting in the middle of your yard. It just adds one to the space, and that's what I was kind of thinking when I built it. And I was like, okay, if this was real, one, that takes away places I have to mow, and two, it fills up a hole in your yard that you may be like, okay, I need something here, but I don't know what to put here. And I ended up actually really enjoying it, and the sim does go down there, light the fire, can hang out down there, sit in the chairs, so it is a nice little like adult hangout spot. And as we go on, I start decorating the outside just to kind of give it some character instead of having it see-through. These curtains gave me the hardest time when you're trying to layer them just right, but eventually we got it. And I absolutely adore this. This is actually something that I want in my actual home. Like, I want to have a nice fire pit there. But I love having, you know, that just little thing. And I wouldn't actually mind building this again and making the fire pit just a room to post up in the gallery. So if that's something that you'd like, let me know, and I will definitely be happy to actually put that in as a room so you can get just that. And that's another thing that I want to start doing. I want to do specific rooms than just always doing full builds. I do have a couple ideas to throw out there that I plan on doing, so super excited about that as well. But yeah, like I was saying, this build just took a really long time. The first build through I did, I was playing for 5 or 6 hours, and I didn't even have the bottom portion of the house fully decorated. And then I went on stream and streamed, I think, for 3 or 4 hours and still didn't have the whole house fully decorated. And so then I got up this morning and took another 3 hours, and I was like, I'm finishing this house. This is what we're gonna do. And I was like, why did this house take me technically 3 days, but what, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 12 hours. It almost took me a whole day. I don't understand why, but sometimes you just have those moments and brain farts and things just escape you. So you will be seeing mainly just pictures, not really me decorating the inside. But the outside was honestly more of my concern than the inside by doing this build. And this is one thing that I like to do when I make garages. I actually like to make them like garages. That was trying to figure out if I wanted to like let them have a boat. But the boats are super huge in this game, and I was just like, nah, we're not gonna do that. But when we get back to the garage, I actually made it to where it's more of like a storage garage. So I was thinking of when the holidays come by, if you have seasons and you have to, you know, if you want to hit those aspirations and decorate, I'm like, okay, you already have a house. That's where your decorations are. I don't know. I have this weird thing about having stuff in my inventory and having to go to build, then drag it out and put it here. And I'm like, oh, well, if I'm already in the game and Christmas hits, I can just go over to my garage and drag it out and put it where I want it. But also, with it being in the garage, it already counts as being in your house decorated. Because even just in real life, it's a pain to go around decorating the house and then when it's over, putting it away. Yeah, it's the same in The Sims. So there's that in mind as well. If you have those decorations already technically in your house, in The Sims, it does count as decorations are out. So keep that in mind. If you ever build a garage or use this house or any of my other houses that have garage and you kind of think, why have a random room of clutter? Well, they come in handy sometimes. And also, I kind of like to make things look kind of lifelike. We end up putting the other car out in the driveway because I feel like it was just empty. And I just wanted to add that little effect with the garage. But yeah, and this is actually the first time I went and used the same lighting throughout the house. The only difference is I think there's a walk-in closet and a laundry room where I use just the receipt lighting. But yeah, I don't know why that was a big deal for me of using the same lighting throughout the house. I don't know. But one thing I did start getting into when I started building, I test out to see how the picture looks when it will go into the gallery. Because if you're a simmer, you're a builder, you know that you've built a house, it's been fantastic, and then when you go to put it in the gallery, there's a god-awful tree in the way. So there's certain lots that I've been looking at that have good lighting, that have a clear shot of the house I'm building. So keep that in mind. I'll try and probably make a video or do a showing of that. If you want a 20 by 30 lot or a 30 by 30 lot, which ones are the best ones to use to have those clear pictures and to not have obstructing trees in the way, which one can be pretty painful. So this is me cluttering the 2-car garage. Like I said, some of it is just clutter to make it look like a garage. But there's other things in there that I'm using that you could potentially use in your home and will cover for holiday stuff as well. Because like I said, I get annoyed by like, oh, my Sims wants to decorate. I'm like, I gotta go to build mode. I gotta go find it. And it's just right there in our 2-car garage that we can drag and drop, or honestly just leave it there because it counts as decorating. But yeah, this is me doing part of the bottom half of the house. And like I said, I didn't clutter as much, and then I get away from doing the inside because I was like, oh wait, I didn't do this. I didn't clutter as much as I normally do. I probably did the kitchen more, but I think I always like give the kitchen some character and clutter because it just feels weird not to. But yeah, this is a beautiful home that I'm actually really, this is probably one of the top 3 houses I've done that I'm probably the proudest of. One of them is I think it was the first video I posted for this channel. But I feel a lot more confident with this house being a modern home. Like I said, I don't know what it is with modern homes that just don't go well with me, but it's a tricky one. So now I'm just going through and showing the base of the house. And like I said, there's the living room, the office, the kitchen, open floor plan, and there's also a laundry room. And then when we go upstairs, the master bedroom, the baby's room, the toddler's room, they have a full bathroom, and the master's bathroom. But the screenshots are coming up, and like I said, I don't have all of the pictures. I'm super sorry. That's technology for you. I appreciate you guys, and this is Luna, Galaxy out.